Hey everyone! What better time to review our solfege and hand signs than when we're talking about major scales and chromatic scales. So if you already know these, great, feel free to skip it and move on. But if you don't know these super well, take a moment to review them or learn them for the first time. We use hand signs to represent different degrees of the scale, different solfege, do, re, mi, fa, so, and chromatic solfege, which we'll get to in a moment. And we use them because it's a real kinesthetic, solid thing to physically do for each of the pitches in the scale. And I move my hands, my arms up and down like this. Just doing the different hand signs doesn't seem to be as effective if you just all do them in the same area. But think of it as like pressing little buttons on an elevator. And I promise you it really does help with your sight reading and solfeging later on. So if you know them, great. If you don't, here's how they go. Do looks like this, it's a fist. We have re just a little bit above that, like you're pushing on something. Mi with your hand parallel to the floor. Fa is a thumbs down. By this point, I usually have fa's around my chin. That's kind of how I space them out. And then sol like this with the back of your hand facing forward. La, ti, and do. Okay? Sounding like this. Feel free to sing along if you know it. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And of course you can use this little video clip or you can use one of the practice videos after this that I've posted on some of the next slides to get really used to those hand signs. I recommend them. Now the second one is the chromatic scale. And usually choir people are less familiar with this one. It's not part of a song and Sound of Music. But essentially, if you recall, the major scale is a combination of whole steps and half steps, right? You have whole, half, whole, half. The chromatic scale is all half steps. So we skipped over a lot of degrees of the scale when we do the major scale. We skipped over some of the half steps that you would see in the chromatic scale. So the chromatic scale does have everything we just sang, but it has all the in-between notes as well. So in the chromatic scale, you get do, and then D with your pinky up like this, and then re. So there's one in between do and re, right? So do, D, re, and then re, just point your finger up like that. Mi, fa, and my personal favorite, fi, thumbs up. Sol, si. Now I learned si like this, spreading the fingers, sol, si. Other people have learned sol, si, where you raise your thumb. Either works. There's a couple different variations as long as you have a different hand sign for each one. Who really cares, right? So we got sol, si, la, li, which is almost like ti, but see how I have an open fist here. Li, ti, do. Okay, so I'm going to do that again from the bottom. Do, di, re, ri, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Good. Now on the way down, you get different notes. Why is this? Well, think back about our enharmonic notes. Okay, there are going to be 5 things that I just showed you on the way up, 5 notes that are the same pitches. They sound the same, but you're going to say 5 different things on the way down. And that's because it's the enharmonics. In fact, if you see this up in my classroom, people that have been in my classroom before, you can see the major scale in the middle, and then you can see the set of 3 or set of 2, and then 3 notes along the side that are different. Sets of 2 and 3, 2 plus 3 is 5. It's like those 5 black notes in the keyboard that have 2 different names. These have 2 different names as well. So without getting into too much detail about that, just start getting familiar with them. So on the way down, you get do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, so on the top again, we have do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Now I'm going to sing through all of that for you so you can kind of get used to what it sounds like. But there's also a video on one of the next slides that shows how those notes fit in with the keyboard. If you're a visual person, I recommend checking it out and using that video because it shows the hand signs on the keyboard itself. I recommend using that video to practice your hand signs going up and down. So the chromatic scale sounds like this. Do, di, re, di, mi, fa, fi, so, si, la, li, ti, do. Do, ti, te, do. That's it. So good luck practicing your solfege.